I am so excited about the topic for this month of October, financial empowerment. Our affirmation for this month is my future is worth every investment I make today. Please affirm yourself on a daily basis with this, all week, all month, all year. In our financial empowerment, we just want to share with you and how to create a savings upgrade. Quick disclaimer, we are not financial advisors at Body and Soul Hair Salon and at Bajo, but what we are beauty professionals that have been in this industry going on 3 decades. We are standing not 10 toes down, but 20 toes down for myself and my business partner. And we have nobody but the God we serve to thank. In this financial empowerment savings upgrade, first thing I want to talk about is paying yourself first. I would hope that, and I don't want to really go there, but everyone should have made an assessment of their finances. And if you haven't, simply just know you have to know what you have coming in, your income, and what you have going out, your expenses. Paying yourself first, something that we have not always done. It almost sounds ludicrous, but it's not. It took me some time before I even started doing this, but I am so thankful I have. Let me give you a quick example, and maybe you can understand why it's important. Think about a cake. You're at a celebration, and if this cake is not proportioned before they start cutting and slicing, you don't know how big or how small of a slice you're going to get. Think about the cake as your finances. Let's say you arrive late to the slicing or the cutting of the cake. You get there later. You don't know how much is going to be left. Might be a very small portion. It might be nothing left. Same thing with the finances. If you take your savings out first, you don't have to worry about what's going to be left over at the end, because yours have come off the top. Finances, cake. First slice, your rent, your mortgage. Second slice, your energy bill. Third slice, water bill. Fourth slice, your food in your refrigerator. On and on and on. So as we start slicing off, it's about what's going to be left at the end. It might be nothing. So if you take your savings off the top, you guaranteed your savings, and you'll figure out the rest. My suggestion is always 10%. Just take it out. As time go by, you won't even realize that it's gone, because you did it first. Best thing I could have ever done. So after you pay yourself first, it's about where are you putting your funds? What vehicles are you putting your funds in? Very important. You gotta have a holding vehicle, an account. Your holding vehicle is where your first set of money comes in. However you get paid, whether it's a check, if you get paid cash, whether you deposit it on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, that first vehicle should be your holding account. To me, it's very important that you do your research, figure out which banking facilities have free accounts. Usually if you're a student, you can get a free account. Majority of the time, they want you to have a certain amount of money in the account for it to be free. If you can do that, fine. If not, just find who has the best account where you're paying the least amount if you cannot hold a certain amount in there. After you have your holding account, very important that you create a different vehicle, a different account for your savings. This account should definitely be a high yield savings account. Once again, you have to do your research. Who can give you the best for your money? I would say research American Express. They have a high yield savings. Capital One, they used to have a 360. They probably still have it. High yield savings account. But do your research. These accounts are out there. All it is if you keep your money in a regular account, it draws no interest. You want to make sure that your money is working for you. And that's going to happen in a high yield savings. Another account you want to have is your emergency fund account. We just saw this a few months ago. Government shutdown. I had quite a few people that I know that work for the government. I had some that was trying to figure out where they were going to get their next money from. Is this going to open back up? I saw the panic. But then I saw some people, they seem to be excited. Like, it's vacation time. They get a break. Those are the people who have an emergency fund. They could care less when they was going back to work. And I was looking at them like, you all right? They was like, oh yeah, I'm fine with it. We go back when we go back. Because these people have their emergency fund. So they weren't worrying about where their next dollar was coming from. They already set it aside. So when it comes to the different vehicles, these are the 3 vehicles that you want to start with. There's so many more, and we're not going to go into that. You have your investment vehicles, you have other vehicles, but we're going to stop at those 3. Those are the 3 vehicles that we want to start with. There are so many others, but we want to just start with those 3. In our savings upgrade, we are doing a community challenge. If you feel that any of these things that were discussed, you want to get started, please share with us in doing some of these challenges. 1 is a roundup savings, 2 is the 1% rule, and 3 is the weekly automated transfer. Roundup savings, off the top, I know Acorns has a roundup. Some banks have a roundup saving. Once again, you just have to do your research. They connect your account to the roundups, and every time you spend a certain amount of money, let's say for example, if you spend $4.50, they're going to round you up to $5. They're going to take that 50 cents extra and put it into a savings vehicle for you. The 1% rule is when every dollar you have should be working for you, where it's broken down into 75% of your spending or expenses, and 15% should be for emergency fund, 10% should be for savings and investing. That 1% rule is something that we all should be taking advantage of. The weekly automated transfer saved my life. Just like we have everything else coming out automated, insurance, your phone bill, same thing. Automate your savings on a weekly or monthly or bi-weekly basis. The best thing you can do, because you look up, you won't even realize that it's gone. So I really hope that you guys can use some of the tips where we are doing this savings upgrade. And I just challenge you on today to try one of these. Don't feel no pressure. You don't have to do all 3. If you want to, that would be awesome. But if not, you just try one. And remember, it's never about how much money you make. It's about what you do with it.